5 Traits Women Find Irresistible in a Man, Part 2. Hello everyone. In today's video, we're diving into some essential traits that women find incredibly appealing in a man. These are traits that any man can develop and showcase, regardless of physical attributes. So, let's get started. First and foremost, authenticity is key. Being true to yourself, unapologetically, is a powerful quality. Take my dad, for instance. He was a polarizing figure, you either loved him or not. Why? Because he embraced his authenticity. People trusted his sincerity, even if they didn't always agree with his actions or words. So, what does this mean for you? Well, if you're a guy who loves to sing, don't let societal norms hold you back. Embrace your passion. The same goes for dancing, building motorcycles, or any other interest that might be considered unconventional for a man. Own it. Being true to yourself is incredibly attractive, and it gives others the freedom to be authentic too. Not everyone will appreciate the raw, unfiltered you, and that's okay. You want the people in your life who value you for who you truly are. Additionally, authenticity takes courage, which we discussed in my previous video. It's about being yourself, flaws and all, and that's incredibly attractive. Now, let's move on to our second point, which is closely related to authenticity: core values. Women find it incredibly sexy when a man stands by his core values and beliefs, no matter the circumstances. Whether it's an intimidating boss or an amazing potential partner, a man who doesn't compromise his principles is highly attractive. He can be trusted to stand his ground on matters of importance, and that's a quality that women seek in a partner. So, there you have it. 2 essential traits that will make you a real man in the eyes of any woman. Remember, it's about being true to yourself and standing by your values. Embrace your uniqueness, and don't be afraid to let your true self shine through. If you're new to my channel, my name is Anna Jorgensen, and welcome to Just the Tip Tuesday. Make sure to check out my other videos for more insights and tips. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. When faced with challenging situations, it's essential not to back down easily, much like a paper napkin that crumples under pressure. Life will present numerous tough moments, and during these times, it's crucial for her to have confidence that you will stand firm on your principles, especially regarding matters that hold significant importance to you. Even if your stance conflicts with her desires, she may not openly express her approval, but deep down, she will respect your resolve. This respect is a vital precursor to attraction. It's worth noting that if she ever senses that you are wavering from your core values, she might put you to the test. If you find yourself frequently facing these tests, it could be beneficial to check out my playlist titled, Why She Tests You and How to Handle Her Tests, which I will link below for your convenience. This discussion naturally leads us to another highly attractive quality that women appreciate in a man: the establishment of boundaries. Understanding your fundamental beliefs, values, and standards empowers you to set necessary boundaries as they arise. If you have encountered similar issues with other women in the past, it's wise to address these boundaries proactively, even if they haven't yet surfaced in your current relationship. By setting clear boundaries, you can also provide follow-up actions if someone begins to infringe upon those limits or tests them. Again, I recommend watching my playlist on handling tests, as it offers valuable insights. It's important to communicate the potential consequences of crossing these boundaries clearly. If she continues to test these limits, you must be prepared to enforce the consequences you've outlined. This approach is somewhat akin to how one might manage a misbehaving child. Sometimes, women will test your limits, often due to emotional responses. When a woman feels uncertain about your reliability, her subconscious may trigger her to test you. She might notice a disconnect between your words and actions, leading her to question whether you can be the partner she expects. To address this, it's crucial to follow through on the consequences you've established, demonstrating that you are a man of your word, committed to your boundaries and core values. It's important to remember that while women need to hear "no" from you, as discussed in my video on the significance of saying no, they may still react emotionally in the moment. Women are wired differently than men, their emotional centers are significantly larger, which can lead to heightened reactions. Even if she appears upset or unhappy when you assert your boundaries, she will ultimately respect you for it and learn to understand where those limits lie. This understanding is essential for a healthy relationship. Alright, let's dive into point number 5, which revolves around the concept of responsibility. This principle doesn't suggest shouldering the blame for every mishap that isn't your doing, rather, it's about acknowledging and embracing the areas in which you hold sway and can make a difference. Let's illustrate this with an example. Suppose you find yourself in a career rut, feeling trapped in a job that no longer fulfills you. Now, if you're not actively seeking ways to progress in your current role or advocating for a salary increase by initiating a conversation with your manager, you're not exactly demonstrating responsibility towards your professional growth. Let's shift gears to interpersonal relationships. Responsibility also manifests in the way you handle conflicts within them. When disagreements arise, a responsible approach involves introspection, looking inward to identify how you can adjust your actions for potentially better outcomes in the future. A common scenario in long-term relationships is complacency, where individuals might become too relaxed and overlook certain aspects of the relationship. For instance, if there's something crucial to your partner that you're neglecting, taking responsibility for rectifying that becomes essential. By owning up to your part, you reduce the likelihood of your partner feeling compelled to test your commitment repeatedly. Continual deflection of blame or avoidance of responsibility can lead to increased friction, nagging, and challenges from your partner, which could be unnecessary if you were proactive in addressing issues head-on. It's worth noting that assuming responsibility isn't about absolving others of their poor decisions. It's solely about recognizing and owning the parts where you could have acted differently for a more positive impact. If you've genuinely made a mistake, acknowledging it and taking responsibility demonstrates maturity and integrity. This is particularly important in maintaining trust within a relationship. Your partner needs assurance that you can handle life's unexpected challenges with resilience and composure, rather than retreating into a corner like a frightened child. Life has a way of throwing curveballs, both within our control and beyond it, and she seeks a partner who remains steadfast amidst adversity, not someone who reverts to a protective, maternal role, which, as we know, isn't conducive to fostering attraction. Now, let's circle back to point number 4, which is closely intertwined with setting and adhering to personal boundaries. Recognizing that women, like everyone else, will have emotional reactions at times is crucial. Accepting this reality is part of understanding human nature and managing expectations in any relationship. There are various reasons why someone might be upset or acting differently. It could be due to hormonal changes, a rough day, or some other unrelated trigger. Women, like everyone else, are emotional beings, so it's important to understand this context. Let's dive into the 5th point, which focuses on emotional control, your ability to manage your emotions when she gets upset or when life throws curveballs. Occasionally, you might have an outburst, and that's okay, but if you can control it, especially around her, she'll feel much safer and trust your input more. Staying level-headed is crucial because when we lose our temper, we're not thinking rationally. For instance, if you can keep your cool, even if you're feeling angry or frustrated inside, she'll feel emotionally secure with you. This doesn't mean suppressing your feelings but managing them effectively. Sometimes, you might need to step away briefly, like taking a drive to calm down. Bonus points if you can find humor in minor situations. If she's slightly irrational about something small and you tease her gently, it can help her see the lighter side and let it go. However, if it's a major issue, be sensitive and avoid making fun of her when she's truly upset. There's a significant difference between reacting and responding. Reacting is instant and instinctive, like fight or flight, while responding involves thoughtful consideration and a mature, rational approach. She needs you to be the rational one, especially when she's not in a rational mindset. Now, let's talk about something women dislike: inauthenticity. Women don't appreciate it when you're fake, whether you're trying to impress her by being someone you're not, bragging, or making promises you can't keep. Authenticity is key. If you're not genuine, it undermines trust and connection. Being true to yourself and honest in your interactions is what builds a strong foundation in any relationship. If you're not being genuine, she'll likely pick up on it. Women are often highly intuitive about detecting insincerity. But beyond just intuition, inconsistency plays a big role here. When someone fakes their way through interactions, their words and actions rarely match up. Think of it like saying you care about someone's feelings but repeatedly dismissing them. That lack of alignment, or congruency, sends red flags. She'll notice that disconnect, which makes her feel uneasy or unsure around you. Now, let's address the idea of feeling safe. You might wonder, what about bad boys? Don't women find them attractive? Here's the nuance: some individuals, particularly those with unresolved emotional wounds, may gravitate toward bad boy archetypes. Why? These personalities often mirror their own unresolved issues or trauma, creating a strange sense of familiarity. It's not about preference, it's about patterns they've learned to accept. If you're aiming for a healthy, fulfilling connection, do you really want to pursue someone who's emotionally unwell? Probably not, and the same goes for being a bad boy yourself. Another angle to consider: even someone with emotional scars might subconsciously believe a bad partner could protect them by being cruel to others. Like, if he's harsh with me, he'll be even harsher to my enemies. But again, this mindset often leads to toxic cycles. My advice? Focus on self-improvement, review the strategies we've discussed, and stick around. Next week, I'll share 5 more tips. If you missed the first video in this series, go back and watch it to build a solid foundation. Big thanks to everyone supporting this work, and extra gratitude for those coffee and chocolate donations. They fuel these deep conversations. Until next time, stay curious and kind.